Hello, hello, hello. This is your girl, Kimmie, with Straight Arrow Motivations. Motivations. It's time for your motivation. It's time for your motivation. It's time for your motivation. What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in. I have a great one for you. Wow, how is your Thursday going? Woo, boy, what a day, what a day, what a day. I am your girl, Kimmie, with Do It With Me. Do It With Me. Do It With Me. Hey, Straight Arrow Motivations. And tonight, I am going to talk about never, ever, ever let them see you sweat. Okay? Never let them see you sweat. Don't do it. Don't let them see you crack under pressure. Don't do it. Don't do it. You are a leader. You are a natural born leader. And you know what I know? You know what I know? You know what I know about you is that you have been rocking this thing. You've been doing it. You've been putting in your best. And you say to yourself, I'm not really a leader. That's not my title and my job. But a leader doesn't have to be called a leader to be a leader. That may not be your title, but that's where you are. That's what you are. I mean, and even if you're just leading your four and no more, just the four in your house and no more, you are still a leader. But you know what I know? When adversity comes, you don't run, you don't shy away. You are strong. You've got this, but you can't let them see you sweat. Who is them? Who is them that I'm talking about? I'm talking about haters. I'm talking about people that mean nothing good for you. And as much as we don't want to admit it, these people are around us. We work with them sometimes. Sometimes, unfortunately, they are in your family. It's people that are not for you. Okay, they're not necessarily your enemies sometimes, but I wouldn't say a strong word like an enemy, but it's always situations that come up and they try to make it bad for you. Like say for instance, a co-worker, you have a project due on the job and that person try to throw you under the bus. Okay, they messing up on this project that you all are doing, but they trying to go to the boss and make the boss believe that, well, the reason it's not going well, it's all because of you, you know. And it's like, what are you talking about? We're supposed to be doing this together. And they're not pulling their weight, but they're trying to throw shade on you, to your boss and make it seem like you're the one who's not putting in the work. I mean, it's so many different scenarios, but you can't let them see you sweat. You can't let them see you sweat. That never let them see you sweat. That slogan came out in 1984. There was a deodorant. I think it's still around by Gillette called Dry Idea. Dry Idea was a deodorant. And that commercials, they had a series of commercials back in the 80s that were very popular. They were very popular and they gave different scenarios and people were talking about different situations. And one thing you never want to do is let people see you sweat. And so when I say never let them see you sweat, that just means that remain calm. You may be angry as all outdoors, but remain calm. Because let me tell you what I know in my experience being on this earth 53 years, what happens is that when they smell blood, When they see fear, they smell fear, instead of them walking away, what I know, they're like lions that want to pounce on you. They want to pounce on you when they feel like you're weak, when they feel like, oh, they take your kindness for weakness. But you're like, you have to stand up for yourself. You have to be confident in your abilities and who you are. And sometimes you may not be all the way there yet. You may not be all the way there yet. That's one thing that I know. But in a crisis, you have to act calm. And people, believe it or not, they recognize that as strength. They recognize it as strength. Okay? They know you're not a pushover. You're nothing to be toyed or played with. Okay? Let me give you one more example before I go. When I was working in a district, the last boss that I had in that district, the last principal that I had in that district, we did not see eye to eye on a lot of things. There was some pressure that was placed upon her, and she made some poor decisions. And we were all working in a very stressful environment. Kids were low, scores were not looking well. It just was a lot of stress. And I worked, and I worked, but for whatever reasons, she was against me. She was against me. And that's okay. If I'm not your flavor, that is okay. That is okay, you know. So, but anyway, long story short, we had come down to the end of the year and it was evaluation time. Now, mind you, like I said, it was a battle all the year, but I complied and I did everything that was asked and some. Okay, I did some of your work, but anyway, I digress. So we're at evaluation time and I'm in the office and she had changed my evaluation for her suiting, for her liking, and had given me a low evaluation. I had never received a low before. And let's just say if 50 was the lowest, she gave me a 49. Okay? She gave me a 49. So that's what I was working with. And so I'm listening to her and she's talking and I'm looking at her and I'm just making sure that I try to look as pleasant, as I can. And because I'm an adult and you're reasonable. You try and be reasonable in these type of situations. So I'm just looking at her and she's talking and she slides the paper over there to me and I look over it. I do a once over and I look over it and I sign it. And she was shocked that I signed it, but I signed it. And you know what else I did? I got up. I straightened my clothes. I maybe even flipped my hair. And I walked out. She ran behind me and reached for my arm because please don't touch me. Don't touch me, ma'am. She reached for my arm as I was getting ready to leave out the door. And she was like, "You're not mad? You're not upset? You're not going to say anything?" And I gave her that smile. And I said, "No, thank you." I walked out of that office. I signed your paper. See, you don't get to control my reactions. I take that power from you. See, she wanted me to act a fool. She knew what she had done. And she was like, "Oh, I got her now." But honey bunches of oats, I signed your paper. I walked out of that office because I knew I was never to return to this place again. I won't walk this way again. But you don't get that power. Okay? Now, was I mad? Yes. I was mad as fish grease. But you never let them see you sweat. Don't give them that satisfaction. See, that fueled what she wanted. She wanted a confrontation. She wanted to be able to wrestle. But like my pastor have said, don't wrestle with pigs, because the difference is the pig likes it. They like dirt. They like mud. I wasn't fixing to get down dirty with her. Okay? I slid her paper. That's what you wanted. That's what you wanted. I gave you what you wanted. I gave you what you wanted. But I thought that's what she wanted. That's not what she wanted. What she wanted was, like I said, my power, my key. You don't get to run me. You don't get to run me. You don't get to determine and dictate how I'm going to respond. And that's what she wanted. That's what she really wanted. That power and that control. Never let anyone have power and control over you. Never. Never do it. Never let them see you sweat. You hold your head up high. And like I said, you may go home and cry, but not in front of her. Not in front of him. No, you will not. You will walk away with dignity and pride. You never let them see you sweat, baby. You keep them guessing. You keep them guessing. Do you hear me? You hold your head up. You know you've done nothing to that person. You hold your head up. You square your shoulders back. You grab your purse. You walk on. You walk on. You walk on. Do you hear me? This has been your girl, Kimmie, with Straight Arrow Motivations. Never let them see you sweat. Peace.